What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the NRW Checkpoint. Of course, you got your mans here. Myself, WebsterStyle, the man, the voice of Ferguson. I'm always joined by my man, just from Dreamville, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. I'm good. I'm upright. Well, somewhat
Good.
upright. I'm good to go. Let's talk about gaming, and it's not exactly an eventful week, but nonetheless, new video games, and I'm always happy for new video games. First up is a VR re-release of, well, I didn't even realize they were Creed video games, but Creed, Rise to Glory, Championship Edition. If you can't figure out what Creed is about, I don't know what to tell you right now. You
right.
Help.
Why are you here?
Right. But it's a boxing game from developer publisher Servios. It's for the PSVR 2. The Championship Edition brings an enhanced and expanded experience for new and seasoned Creed players alike, with additional game content featuring quality of life upgrades and PvP cross-platform support. Utilizing the power of the PS5 and PSVR 2, Championship Edition pushes the excitement and challenge of high-stakes matches in the ring. So VR Creed boxing.
Yeah. Which I've actually played before.
Okay.
On the Oculus though.
Okay.
Which makes sense. They have to like cross-platform thing or whatever. But yeah, it's actually not a bad game. It was pretty well designed. A lot more character design features than I was expecting for a VR game, but it was pretty cool. Boxing was on point. It was pretty fun. So obviously, I think that's probably one of the top sellers for a VR game. So of course they had to put it on the PlayStation VR 2.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Next up, we have GrimGrimoire OnceMore on the PS4, 5, and the Switch. It's a strategy RPG from Vanillaware as a developer and NAS America as the publisher, a remaster of 2007's GrimGrimoire by Vanillaware. This game does a lot right in its attempt to capture the action of a real-time strategy title. Things begin as Lilith Bland arrives at the tower to study magic. The new student at the academy setup is familiar, the players will feel at home in the first few minutes. Lilith is sent to various professors, each specializing in a type of magic that she must learn. These lessons take the form of RTS battles that make up the gameplay of GrimGrimoire OnceMore.
Interesting. And we watched a trailer for that. Yes, because that sounds interesting.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. That sounds similar to another game that we're going to slightly touch on, and that is new this week is Hogwarts Legacy. But this time, it's the version for the Xbox One and PS4, and for those Switch owners, you're going to be waiting a few more months because it drops in June for the Switch. But it's Hogwarts Legacy is what you've been hearing about, what you've been seeing, what you've been fawning over, if you're a Potterhead or not. Now coming to last gen systems, adventure action RPG from Avalanche and publisher Warner Brothers Interactive. So, if GrimGrimoire OnceMore, sounds good, you might want to step over to Hogwarts Legacy if you really want to get your
wizarding on.
Yeah, your wizarding on.
Yeah, I agree. And Hogwarts Legacy is still a great game. So if you haven't got a chance to play it yet, because you have one of the, I guess, older consoles now,
like me.
Yeah, which is fine. Because it still works. Definitely pick that one up because I'm still enjoying it. I put in 36 hours so far, and I still haven't beat the game yet. Yeah. So
it's a work week.
Yeah, right.
Next up is a game I've heard about for one reason, and one reason only, not saying it's not a good game, but This is a game I've heard about recently because of a fact I'll get to a little bit later. But this is Meet Your Maker. It's on the PS4, 5, Xbox One S, X, PC, and Switch. It's an action game from Behavior Interactive. Meet Your Maker is a game created by Behavior Interactive, makers of Dead by Daylight. Takes place in a world post-apocalypse, where post-apocalyptic world where you have to collect genetic material for the Chimera, in an attempt to save the human race. Finally, to be more precise, you will have to peel these famous resources. Here's a weird description. Anyway, so action game, you get your materials, you take them back. But what I heard about this is a game I heard about because this is dropping day one on PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
So that's a game, we talked about before, which, side note, Sifu didn't launch on Game Pass or PlayStation. They changed it. 'Cause I know originally that was what they talked about when the game was coming out in March, but they didn't launch. So we gave you incorrect information. Blame the head, not the hearts. But this game, Meet Your Maker, is dropping day one on PlayStation Plus.
Fantastic. And then, so Meet Your Maker, what kind of game you said this was?
It's an action game. We are watching the trailer for that.
Okay. More thoughts when the trailer drops.
All right. Next up, we have Road 99 Mile Zero for the PS4, 5, Xbox One SX, Switch, and PC adventure game from Digix Arts developer and Ravens Court as the publisher. And this is an narrative adventure game with a musical component by Digix Art, the French studio behind the successful Road 96, 1111 Memories Retold, and 5 Pegasus Award. So it has some award pedigree behind it. So in this case, players will alternate between the roles of Zoe and Kato, two teenagers with different backgrounds of belief. They live and explore White Sands, a luxurious condominium where Patria's elite reside, and where Kato's parents work.
Okay.
So
sounds interesting. It's an adventure game. Okay.
Yeah, we are watching the trailer. I feel like we watched the trailer to the original as well. It's about a year and a half ago or something like that. So
but then this one is Mile Zero.
Yes, Mile Zero.
So is this a prequel?
That I don't know. It didn't say anything about it in the description, but I don't remember. I didn't look up any of the details on the original one. Say yes or no, but it is very, very interesting. Next up is Curse of the Sea Rats on the PS4, 5, Xbox One SX, PC, and Switch. Is an action game from P-Toon Studio and P-Cube as the publisher. So this is a Retroidvania. Not Metroidvania,
Retroidvania, yes. Which
platform adventure with lovingly crafted hand-drawn animations. I am sold already. You embark on the epic journey of 4 prisoners of the British Empire, transformed into rats by a nefarious pirate witch, Flora Burn. To regain their human bodies, they will have to fight dangerous bosses, uncover the secrets of the vast Irish coast, and ultimately capture the witch who cursed them. And of course, we're watching the trailer for this.
I mean, because I want to see what it's talking about.
Yeah, I know. Look,
I want to see it.
Like, yeah, we got to watch this.
Yeah.
This sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Everspace 2 is an action simulation from Rockfish Games. It puts you in the pilot seat in this fast-paced single-player space shooter where vicious encounters and brutal challenges stand between you and the next epic loot drop. Explore the war-torn star systems of the demilitarized zone of Cluster 34, each massive handcrafted areas packed with secrets, puzzles, and perils to encounter. And this is on the PC with the version for current gen systems, i.e. PS5 and Xbox Series systems coming out later this year.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Yep. And last but not least, we have EA Sports PGA Tour. Now, Brian,
golf.
Are you aware that EA hasn't released a sports game since 2015?
No, I thought they was out here still.
Me either. I'm like,
I thought they was still out here.
Right. Now, we talked last week about was last week before about MLB The Show, and we talked about that sort of, in this case, it's a monopoly with MLB, which really isn't, simply because everybody else just stopped making a game. So they got the exclusive license by default. This is like the only series sport where you still have competition between EA and 2K, because 2K has been making games periodically. Well, this is from EA. Obviously, it's PGA Golf.
Right.
If you didn't figure that out already, from EA, Tiburon is the developer, EA is the publisher. So this is the EGA Sports PGA Tour, only place where you tee up at the Masters Tournament, the PGA Championship, the US Open, and the Open Championship. So this is the PGA sponsor. So you get all the classic, noteworthy courses in this game that you probably won't find in the 2K series.
Right.
So that's it for our new releases. Let's check out our first trailer, Curse of the Sea Rats.
Rated everyone 10 and up.
I wonder what they consider sea rats. Are they rats at sea? Okay. Right. Nothing look like Master Splinter. Definitely Ratoy-mania. Like there's some multiplayer components in there as well. Okay.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Looks definitely interesting. Like I said earlier, like it's some multiplayer aspects there, which I tend to like.
Online multiplayer as well. That would be
be great.
Like this.
Yeah.
I love how each of the sea rats has different abilities, different shapes. Like I like that as well.
Like the turtles.
Yeah, exactly. Very much like the turtles.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our take on Curse of the Sea Rats. Next up is Meet Your Maker.
Meet Your Maker.
Custodian. In the wasteland, only one thing matters.
Okay.
Pure genetic material. Take all you can and build anything to protect it.
Building. Oh, a whole fortress. Right.
interesting.
Yeah, very. I never, you know, oftentimes, you watch trailers or whatever, and you're like, oh, I see elements of this game from in there. It reminds me of this game. This is the first time where I'm like, I can't think of any games like this.
Exactly.
Kind of feel similar to.
Exactly.
Which makes me even more intrigued. I mean, the building aspect, sure, why not? Roblox and what's the other game? Fortnite and stuff like that. But it's not Battle Royale, and it's not like a sandbox kind of game.
Yeah.
So interesting. Yeah, I'm interested to understand.
This is a game that needed to drop on a subscription service day one.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. That even just you and I wouldn't say confused is the word, intrigued, but don't know how to really place this game.
Right.
And this is something that you see the trailer, like it looks cool, but you don't know what you do with it.
Right.
So having on the subscription service allow people to figure out what it's about.
Yeah,
it's a good idea in my opinion. So Sony made I think this is a sort of game. This is a Microsoft move, straight up.
Okay,
but this is what Microsoft would do, and I'm glad Sony's doing it.
Yeah, because I'm definitely interested, but also like you said, I can't necessarily place what I want to say about it.
Right,
but I like that though, because at least I know I'm not getting another run of the mill, copy and paste kind of game. It's gonna be something different. So that's dope.
Exactly.
What we got next?
Next up, we have
GrimGrimoire
OnceMore, whatever the name of the game is.
Yeah, GrimGrimoire.
That's called Vanilla Red.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay.
I'm going to tell you this. They could have done a better job with this trailer.
Yeah, it was very
they showed everything, but the music and the pacing, it's like,
yeah,
it's like it's trying to put you to sleep. Like, what are you trying to convey in this trailer? Because there's nothing exciting about what you're showing me, especially with the music in this trailer. I'm literally like, okay, can I go to sleep now? I just want to go to sleep. Go to sleep, but nope, can't. Yeah, this is not a great trailer whatsoever.
It's not. I see potential for the game though, just based on what I was able to look at, since they didn't really tell me much of what's going on.
Exactly.
Then they had the nerve to put the the Japanese titles in there. Yeah, come on now.
It really didn't give, you saw the battles, but for this to be RTS.
Okay.
I didn't really see any RTS-y elements.
Right.
In what we saw. So I'm like, I'm very confused at this game.
Yeah. Hopefully
elements, yeah.
Maybe they'll have what do you call it? A demo. And that'll probably be, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't
not the best trailer, but
it's something I'm not really interested in. I don't think the trailer would have helped. It has a look to it that's I want to know what the original game looked like, especially since it was 2007. So you're talking about
it's a remaster.
Yeah, it's a remaster, so
They could have
you
did
got a
better
game
than that.
that's 15 years old. I mean, so I don't know.
They should just remade the game.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
basically.
guys. Like,
Race. Yeah, exactly. All right, next up we have a brand new game, well, which we don't know if it's a prequel or not, but
right.
it is Road 96 Mile Zero.
I'm here in White Sands, Petria's most luxurious community, where in the upcoming days, President Tyrak is set to make a big announcement.
President Tyrak doesn't sound like
Okay, so this don't remind me of the other one. It do what it does.
Where are you going?
After all this time spent gone, I think I just outgrew it.
See, you were at the wall in 86. You saw all that go down. You need to talk to someone.
The prequel, see? He was right.
All that eats you up inside.
Empty out my bedroom, throw all that stuff away. All I'm taking with me now is a blank slate. 'Cause these days are too short to live a whole life through in this land of love, in this land of heart with you.
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
It does. It does. I like the whole like skater element thing that they got going on.
Right.
It looked like they put a little bit of the part where she's like skating on what looks like guitar neck. It kind of remind me of
I like that. Yeah,
like that Guitar Hero. What's the other game where you do the steps and things? I can't remember, but
no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Dance Dance Revolution. I think so. It reminded me of those games though. That sequence there, but it's interesting to say the least.
I agree. I like how it seems like it incorporates sort of different elements in as a manner of telling the story. You know, it's clearly you can see it's an adventure game, and it's just telling you the story, which is the main purpose of the game. But they incorporate elements of different genres to make it exciting and interesting to tell the story. I like that.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
So Brian,
yes,
I'm almost afraid to ask what you got going on this week because you had an exciting past couple of days, my friend.
I have, and I will be talking about it here on the Talk+Play blerdcast. That's going to be the focus of this current episode. I'm almost done recording.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get it out tomorrow, if not Friday, or I don't know when y'all are watching this, but I'm gonna try to get it out the next day or two. Either way, that's
it'll be out.
That's the bulk of it. I cover a few other things in the headlines. Some interesting news. Not so much. You read comic books, so you might be interested in the article I chose to spotlight.
Okay.
And then the game chat. Oh, there's a new Overwatch support hero coming. I'm really, really excited about that. And then, Dreamville Fest and some stuff the trailers that have come out recently, like Across the Spider-Verse and Blue Beetle, talking about that in the watch list. Not too much, but still a lot at the same time. Either way, on the podcast.
Talk+Play blerdcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. What about yourself? What you got coming up?
First of all, you reminded me of something. I had no liquor, but let's pour out a little liquor for Multiverses going offline. For digital storefronts as of I think today.
I remember. I forgot about that. Right.
Another
they're
live
relaunching the game. That's what the
That's another live service game, Bites to Dust.
Yeah, and I'm slightly feel away about it, but I think the plan that they have in place, because they're supposed to be relaunching the game.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
I know. I don't believe it. I think it's BS. Personally.
You think so?
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
Because they should communicate this from the jump.
Yeah.
This isn't you don't do this if this was your plan all along. That would have been communicated up front.
Yeah, because most betas, they tell you like it's gonna go offline on this day and time. You have to, and if you think about it, they kind of did that early on. Like they gave it to us a little bit, then they took it down offline, and they brought it back, and we thought it was gonna be it. Now they talking about shutting it down, bringing it back. So we'll see. Hopefully they do. It has good potential. I just think people are just they out of that. Yeah, it's not the time for that anymore.
No,
I guess.
Not at all.
Yeah, like Smash Brothers. I mean, they still have a large community and base or whatever, but it's not the game it used to be. It's not as popular as it used to be. So I think those just big like battle royale fighters are they're catching the end of their time. But we'll see.
I think that's a lot of live service games in general, but that's another conversation. We could spend a whole show just talking about live service games.
Absolutely. What else you got coming up?
I have, and I gotta finish recording, but I have an interview with Lori Calcaterra, writer of the comic The Path of the Pale Rider. I'm also doing a review on these bad boys. These are cuff adapters. They allow you to wear cufflinks with any shirt. So you don't need a French cuff shirt.
Okay.
So I've been using these and putting those through its paces. But those are some of the highlights of the episode whenever I finish it and it drops, hopefully sometime this week. But of course, you are rocking with Nerds Rule the World. Make sure you find us on Twitter at the NRW, on Instagram, New Release Wednesday. And of course, you're currently on YouTube. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Right now. Thanks.